So the question here is, so if my dad has already added me to the deed, is there another step we need to take? So there's two separate things that are happening here. This is in reference to the transfer on death deed video that I just posted, which is going to allow Maryland property owners to designate a beneficiary to inherit their property upon death, and this will allow the beneficiaries to bypass the probate process. So the transfer on death deed is saying that the property owner can nominate a beneficiary, and that beneficiary, upon the death of the Maryland property owner, will be able to inherit the property. This isn't an inheritance situation because your name is already on the deed, meaning that there's co-ownership. Obviously, I'm not sure how the deed is written in reference to tenants in common or joint tenants with the right of survivorship, but there is nothing that you are inheriting with this property necessarily because you and your father share co-ownership of the property. The transfer on death deed is for inheritance purposes and bypassing probate, versus for individuals whose names are already on the deed. Once the death process happens for the first person who has interest in the property, depending on if it's tenants in common or joint tenants with the right of survivorship, that's going to control how that property passes. But regardless, you still have ownership in the property since your name is on the deed, versus the beneficiaries for transfer on death deeds. They only have a future interest, and transfer on death deeds can be revoked prior to death.